Hello, boxing fans around the world. Thank you for joining us on another episode on Talkin' Fight of Neil the Deal. And this week we're doing Canadian fighters. I would assume Canadian great fighters. What do you got for us, Neil?
Hey, how you doing, Graham? Nice to see you. Hope you had a good weekend. Nice to see you, Talking Fight fans out there. Thanks for coming out, checking out the show. Yeah, we've been going all around the world the last couple of weeks, here, there, and everywhere, and we kind of forgot about ourselves. So I figured we might as well talk about some of the up and coming boxers, Canadian boxers that I've been checking out over the last year or so, and some guys that are already involved in title fights and stuff like that. But yeah, there's some really good up and coming Canadian fighters, Graham, and we're going to talk on today that I've been looking at. His name is Erik Bazinyan. Erik Bazinyan. Now, Erik is an Armenian-born individual. He was born in Armenia, and he immigrated to Canada when he was 16 years old. Right? So most of his younger years, obviously, were in Armenia, and he really liked. There was a couple Armenian world champions back in the day, Victor Tishian or Abrams, were his idols growing up. So those guys were fantastic world title holders from Armenia. They're probably the biggest sports celebrities in the country, and Erik said that he wants to be just like them. So he's been doing really well now. So he moved from Armenia. He was born May 21st, 1995. That makes him 25 years old, Graham. He's from Yerevan, Armenia, and he moved to Laval in Quebec, which is an outskirt of Montreal. So he presently lives in Laval and trains out of Laval. And as a young kid, he was really good in sports. He liked all kinds of contact sports like karate, martial arts. I think kind of good in swimming and this and that. But boxing, when he went when he was young with his father to a boxing match. His grandfather was friends with an individual over there in Armenia, and he really fell in love with the boxing. So he's been pursuing that as his main sport now since he was about 10 or 11 years old. So his present career is 2000 pro career 2013, and he is an active present fighter right now. He fights in the super middleweight division, 168 pounds, super middleweight. And he's currently ranked number 4 by the WBO and number 15 by the IBF. So any of his fights, he's a very, very offensive-minded fighter, Graham. He's got great counter punching. He's got a good jab. He's got excellent boxing IQ. He's very smart in the ring. You can see. He throws combination. His combination punching is really, really good. So any of the fights that you guys, if you want to check him out, you'll see that his combination punching is really fantastic, and he's been and obviously he's got great power in both hands. His power in both hands is really, really good, and he's hoping to move up the ladder this year, maybe next year. He needs a little more honing, as we would say, or a little more experience. But like I said, he's an up-and-comer here in Canada, and I really like his chances going forward. So he had a really, really good amateur career, Graham. He had 110 amateur fights, of which he won 109. So he only had one loss as an amateur, which is amazing, right? You know, I mean, that's a lot of fights to only have one loss. And he won the National Golden Gloves twice as an amateur, and he also won the WBO Youth World Championships as an amateur. So he had a really good amateur career, and he's been able to catapult that into even a better pro career. And he's been slowly, I think, over the last few years, been getting some recognition as far as up and coming, the big title fights and stuff. He's really looking to be a title holder one day. And if he continues doing what he's doing, I truly believe that he's got a great shot at becoming a world champion one day. And that's why we're talking about him, guys. So like I say, Erik Bazinyan, you need to check him out. Now, his pro career, he has 25 fights under his belt, of which he has 25 wins. He's undefeated, Graham, 25-0, and he has 19 knockouts, which is a great knockout percentage. 76% knockout percentage. Like I said earlier on, he's really got punching power in both hands, and he's a very offensive-minded fighter. Now, I think his coaching and stuff is working on his defense a little bit. You know what I mean? Because he's so overbearing in the ring. He likes to really get in there, and he sometimes kind of, I think, gets caught with some lucky shots and this and that. But he's 25-0. He hasn't lost any fights. But to move up in caliber against some of these like big time world champions, they're working on his defense and his footwork. Basically needs a little bit of work and get him in and out of there a little quicker. But other than that, he's been fantastic. So he turned pro at 18 years old, and he signed to Golden Boy Productions. So that's fantastic for you, Erik. Congratulations on that, signing to Golden Boy.
Yeah.
They always seem to be able to match you up with the proper opponents, you know, getting better and better and better, and eventually getting a title shot. So he's really fortunate to be involved with Golden Boy. He's trained by Mark Ramsey out of Montreal, who also trains Artur Beterbiev. We talked about him before. David Lemieux as well, and Jean Pascal. So he's got a great trainer, no doubt, a Canadian guy, and he's got a lot of really high-end fighters in his stable. I know that he's been getting a lot of help recently from Beterbiev. They've been doing a lot of sparring. He's been helping him with his sparring, and that could only help him out. By sparring with a guy like him, you're just going to get better, because that guy's a monster, as we all know. And so having those guys around him all the time is going to help him get better and better and better. Now, in 2018, he did win a couple of minor titles. He won the WBO, NABO, and the WBA, NABA super middleweight titles, which he still holds, which are still great titles. And he's a title holder. That's all I can say. He's got belts right now. So they're definitely looking at him moving forward to become, you know, a couple more fights, I think, Graham. And he should be, as long as he gets through those next couple fights, he could be right in the mix for a title shot. So he fought almost all of his bouts in Quebec as well, almost all of them. So again, he's coming out, and they're giving him a bigger Golden Boy is going to be bringing him out, putting him on some undercards, I'm sure, in the next year or two of some of the bigger United States title fights and stuff like that. So I'm really hoping for him. He, if you guys want to watch a couple of his fights, the ones that I would suggest you guys checked out, he had a crushing KO, just crushing KO over Saul Roman. And that'll tell you how much punching power he has for a young kid. And in his last fight, another had a TKO over Timo Lane, which was just, I believe it was in December 2020, which is pretty not too far away, like not too far back. So and that was a really good fight. That showed me that he's getting better and better and better, because they are basically giving him harder opponents, you know, and he seems to be handling the pressure no problem and running right through these guys. So let's just hope later on this year, Graham, that one of our Canadian boys, right on, man, Canadian boy, Erik Bazinyan, let's hope that he can continue on his winning ways and make us all proud. You've already made us proud, Erik. Thank you very much for the great career so far. But I truly believe that you got a great shot coming up. Just keep winning those fights, and you'll get a shot at a world title, and we'll all be watching you and cheering for you and all that kind of jazz. So keep up the good fighting, as they always say. Keep up the good fighting, eh, Graham?
That's right. Knuckle up.
Yeah, exactly. So, like I said, he's definitely somebody to look out for, and I hope you guys will be looking out for him now. Thanks a lot, guys, for everything. The likes, the shares, the subscriptions, and the comments have been great recently. I really appreciate it, and keep your eyes out for Erik Bazinyan. He's gonna be, you know, he's going to be in the mix at some point. There's no doubt about it in my mind. So, and I'm really, really happy that he's Canadian. And he really wants to do it not only for the Canadians, but for the Armenians as well. He's already expressed that over there in his home country, they're really pulling for him, and they really love the boxing over there in Armenia. So let's just hope for the best for him, and hopefully he gets that title shot sooner than later. Eh, Graham?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it sounds like a really good. I mean, you have uncovered someone I've never heard of, but he's obviously a really great boxer and signed to Golden Boy. So it's obviously got a good future ahead of him, without a doubt. Keep winning. Keep winning. Be better, not bitter.
That's right. Get better, not bitter. That's exactly it. So, oh yeah, he's been tearing through the ranks, as we know, tearing through his opponents up to now, and we're looking to see if he can get into a title shot in the next year or so, and hopefully he will. I think he deserves it. He's worked really hard at it, and he's a fantastic fighter. So guys, check out Erik Bazinyan if you get a chance, and any of his fights are fantastic. So have yourselves a great evening. Thanks a lot for coming out. Really appreciate it, and we'll see you tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Absolutely.
Take care.
And before we sign off, Neil, I think do us right by mentioning that we launched on Talkin Fight a new feature today, whereby boxers can go to the My Profile section and upload their own clips, their own pictures, kind of like Facebook for boxers, quite frankly. And we think this is going to be a really good thing for young boxers who need to increase their exposure, increase their fan base, increase their revenue, quite frankly, if they want to, male or female. So we've done it for them, for us, for all of us, so that fans can see who they are, read about them, see their knockouts, see their training, and get to know these boxers a little bit better. We've done it for them, for us. All right, Neil, thanks very much. Yeah, appreciate that, and we'll see you tomorrow night.
Yes, we will. Thank you very much, guys. Take care of yourselves. Have a safe evening. We'll talk to you then.
Cheers.